Hello, and welcome to Charts and Hearts. I'm Sarah, and she's Lindsay.
And together we're working our way through an epic list of rom-coms in order to find and categorize tropes in the hopes of creating the nerdiest spreadsheet podcasts have ever seen.
And because it's summer, happy summer in the Northern Hemisphere, everybody, we're going to do a month of action movies.
Yeah.
But rom-com-y.
Rom-com-y action movies.
So first off, we've got Fall Guy. Or The Fall
Hooray!
Guy.
So happy. I was so excited to watch this again.
Man,
And
I know. I was like, why didn't I watch this?
I know, more. Like, we
'Cause
decided to do this again, like, right after we saw it last year.
I guess
and then
so.
didn't-
So maybe that's why.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
probably could have snuck at least one more.
Yeah, I could have watched it once more. Because we went to the theater to see it. And it was so fun.
So fun.
So fun. This is the one with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, where he plays a stunt man on movies who then gets embroiled in a real life action.
Yeah.
And also Emily Blunt. They were like flirtatious and then they get together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very good. It's very charming.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a workplace action comedy.
Yeah, it's like a workplace,
so that's always
but,
fun.
Like, it's like these three different things. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
it is a rom-com
Yep.
that is action-y, right? Like, it's not the other way around, like some like other things that we'll talk about where it's action movie and then also a girl's there and they kiss.
Yeah.
As opposed, it's
like
focused on their relationship. That's the
it's very
main
focused
plot.
on their relationship, and like their relationship is a huge part of it. Like the way that they get him there is because of her, but then also there's like the general, like the non-action.
Yeah, there's lots
non-rom-com
of other stuff
comedy
happening as well.
Like, so it's like it's a comedy and a rom-com and an action movie.
Yeah, but does it so well.
Oh man, it's very good.
Yeah, and like so also the rest of the cast is incredible. So we've got
Right?
Hannah Waddingham being incredible
Everybody's
always.
faves. I know this movie has like two of my all-time crushes.
Favorite women.
Emily Blunt and Hannah Waddingham. Yeah.
Winston Duke, that's his name, right? I
Yeah.
think it's Winston. Yeah.
He plays like
from
the
Black
stunt
Panther.
supervisor.
Yeah, he's amazing and hilarious and just like
He's so good.
really funny. And like a good person for Ryan to have. Like, he's a good friend. Like,
Yeah,
it's nice that
for
they
sure.
both have friends. Kind of. Hannah's actually evil, but you know.
Yeah, she tries.
And then
Aaron Taylor Johnson
Yeah.
plays like the star that Ryan Gosling's character is the stunt double for.
ridiculous. So silly.
The other person I love is that character, like the star's assistant, Stephanie Shu or Sue. And she's hysterically funny.
And kicks ass. as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, and like is kind of like the brains that gets them out of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course there's a bajillion cameos.
Yeah. Including Momoa at the end,
Oh my
which is
God.
always hilarious.
I love that too, because like, so did they like
reshoot the
CGI
entire thing?
Jason?
Like, I don't know.
I'm well, I guess maybe because they were gonna put the like Ryan Taylor or Aaron Taylor Johnson's face onto Ryan Gosling's body. That was kind of the plan originally. Then maybe they just did Jason Momoa's
Maybe,
instead?
but Jason Momoa and Ryan Gosling have
That's what I mean.
very different body types.
the body shape is very different.
And
Yeah.
I feel like Jason Momoa would do more stunts than most actors. I don't know. It's a silly
I don't
movie
know.
with a silly ending, so. But
Yeah, it's so silly. I'm sure there's other cameos. I think there's lots of like stunt people cameos, and also this is technically based on a like old bad TV show, and the guy from that is in it. He's like the announcer or something.
he's the cop at the end.
Honestly, if you haven't seen it, highly recommend.
Yeah,
It's
go
so
watch
funny.
it.
Yeah, should we talk about more observations?
Yeah, so like I just said, like everybody has nice supportive friends. Like Hannah Waddingham, we'll talk more about this later, but like is a supportive friend, mentor kind of thing to Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
She obviously takes a turn because she's like starts to do evil things after her client does evil things, but
Yeah.
before that and during parts of it, she is like supportive of this other person.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like a bit underhanded. Like she is supportive of her career because then she'd have like a director who is indebted to her. But it almost is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've got good friends. Because it's kind of like a broad comedy, there's definitely some awkward parts. The one that I hate the most, and it's really the only scene of the movie that I like cringe / like don't enjoy, is when they're first reunited and she's mad at him. She like makes them reshoot the scene where he gets caught on fire as a stunt, and I don't love it.
No.
And it's like it's not a great look for her character. Like,
no,
that
I know
would be
it
so
makes her...
unsafe and so
yeah,
wasteful of like and unprofessional.
And it makes her look way more petty than she ends up being in the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
it's a little weird. Yeah, it's weird. And again, like, this is her first directing role, and she's like nervous and wants to do a good job, and then she like makes hundreds of actors and crew members stay around
and like waste time for other shots.
Waste resources, waste people's, like, waste money. So
I just don't love it. But then there's other scenes, like when he's like running away from the like bad guys, he is in like, or when they all think he's dead, he's in an alien costume and he comes into her trailer and like, oh my god, it's so funny. So funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like physical comedy when one person's in like a giant, ridiculous alien like rubber suit is extra funny.
Yeah. And also, like, it's got a little bit of that, like, Bourne fighting, or where she's like just using weapons that are around, like she like stabbing them with a pen and like
with
her pieces of paper and stuff. So,
and then like both because he's a stunt person and because he's wearing this giant like puffy rubber suit, like he doesn't really get hurt except for kind of it's good. And then I guess this is like a trope that isn't in this movie, and I guess not every rom-com has bad exes, but many of them do.
It's high up there.
It's so this one doesn't, but instead it's got just actual bad guys, so they don't need to like have that relationship drama by having exes. It's just there's actual actiony drama of like,
which is
people are trying to kill him.
It's a fun way to do it, and also it leaves space for them to actually come back to each other in a real way. Like, they have a lot of like long conversations and talk about what happened, which is nice.
Yeah, it is.
It makes it feel more you are more rewarded at the end when
it's like it feels super earned.
Okay. And I think, again, this is a sign, like, we have, like, whatever that was, like, 4 notes, because this is a good movie.
And... it's just a super solid movie. Okay, should we talk about tropes?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot.
Yeah. So we have a voiceover at the beginning and the end, which is fine. It is needed because they have to explain stunt doubles, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think, in this case... it's just easier for it to be like a sort of POV voiceover rather than somehow like contriving to explain like all the jobs on a movie set and stuff. Like that would have been worse. I don't know. I feel like sometimes voiceovers are like lazy exposition, but this one felt like made the most sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It starts kind of with a flashback. It's more that there's the opening is sort of in the past, or like has a time jump to the bulk of the movie. Yeah, it's like a year-ish before.
We've got exes who get back together. So like we were saying, so it's not like it's never enemies to lovers because they're not enemies, but there is like pettiness and like poking at each other for a little bit.
Yeah, and they start out sort of mad at each other, like where she's more mad at him, and then he's mad
that she's mad
that she's mad, and then he's mad that she didn't want him there. Yeah. So, and they were never really like together. They were just like workplace flirty.
Yeah, they were like
maybe made
together.
out, but
they had plans to be together.
They were gonna get together at the end of the movie, and then he had a workplace accident that was on purpose. This movie has an amazing soundtrack.
It's so good.
It's all over the place, but amazing.
Oh, this is a note that we didn't put in. Speaking of the soundtrack, this movie has maybe it will be a trope eventually, an impeccable use of Taylor Swift. It is incredible.
Yes. Yeah. No, the All Too Well scene is just delightful.
Yeah.
And
then they have got
great
a lot of good 80s stuff, including the karaoke, and then there's like a cover of the main song, and then Miami Vice is in there a little bit because that's a plot point, and
the Darkness song, I Believe in a Thing Called Love. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's just great. And then there's like the Stuntman song, which is like written for the TV show, and then they like reinvigorated it and added more songs to it, or more stuff to it for the credits, for the like end credits. Yeah,
it was fun.
Oh, the cover of "I Was Made for Loving You" is by Youngblood. It covers it.
Yeah, I think like I looked it up last year. I think I've got it.
Yeah,
saved somewhere.
It's good because it's like slow and moody.
Yeah, and like really dramatic, which is perfect for the dramatic scene with like the thing we didn't put in here with Chekhov's boat through the fire ring.
Right? Yeah, the Miami Vice stunt thing. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll get to there in Pi. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a split screen while they're on the phone, which they explicitly call out as a rom-com reference, which they also then proceed to then reference many more. And
a lot of rom-coms.
Hilarious because Ryan Gosling mixes up Notting Hill and Pretty Woman, and that's pretty fun.
That is pretty funny. It's great. There's a few montages, and it's more like they're not super long, like passing time montages. It's more like speeding through like repetitive things kind of montages. Like, so there's a montage of when he's like super high and walking around town. There's a montage when he's like in the apartment and when they're like looking at like the bajillions of post-it notes and so it's like short duration montages. Yeah, so it was fun.
Yeah. There's karaoke, which I feel like I don't know, like when was the last time you went to karaoke? Like 20 years ago?
I don't know if I've ever done
I've never been to
karaoke.
A place like this, or like any place that's in the movies, and maybe that's an American thing where you like have rooms and stuff. But
no, there's places here that have rooms. The only time I've ever done karaoke was at like when I went on a school exchange to Japan. We did karaoke at like an event here and also there. But it was just like when it was here, it was like in our middle school gymnasium, and it was just us. Yeah. So like I've never done the like private room karaoke, which I know they have here, but is a little less common. I think more common that I've seen but haven't participated in is like almost like open mic, but karaoke.
Yeah, that's what I was like, karaoke nights. I think maybe that's what I've been to, but again.
Yeah, but I've never participated.
No.
Because, can you imagine? There is a decent amount of product placement, but they're not like trying to be subtle about it.
Yeah, the main one is the truck, where they're like, this is the truck for the movie. So then they're like, look, it's a GMC, because that's the point.
Yeah, so it's movie. Like, it's in-world product placement, and then it's also probably real-world product placement also.
Meta.
Yeah. There's a big speech and a big apology, and it's extra funny because it's done with a loudspeaker, like a bullhorn, and like referencing it both like references the sort of beginning when they meet up, and then also references the actual plot of the movie, like the plot of the action movie, but nobody's fooled. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And then there's an epilogue so there's an epilogue, and then there's a post-credit scene as well. So you find out what happens to the bad guy, Aaron Taylor-Joy, but also there's an epilogue where they are together and her movie's a success and everything's wonderful.
You just mixed up two actors in a really funny way.
What did I say?
You said Aaron Taylor-Joy. Oh. Just like if Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Anya Taylor-Joy like mushed together.
Oh man, I'm like Sheryl Lee Ralphs in Abbott Elementary.
Yeah. Amazing.
Good times. Well, they have very similar 3 names. So, the one who played Quicksilver.
Yes, Quicksilver / the douchebag in this.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, we talked about it in the sort of opening bit, but there's a lot of random cameos, and they are great.
Yes.
Lindsay, does this movie pass the Bechdel test?
Yes. As we said,
Yeah.
Hannah and Emily have a really nice relationship, even if it's evil. But there's also a bunch of other women in the movie that she talks to about her job and their job while they do their jobs. Hooray!
Yeah, there's lots of women doing their jobs and not worrying about men other
Almost
than,
like it's a thing that women do.
like, yeah, very real life. Okay, let's make probably one of the most ridiculous pies we've ever made on this podcast. Okay. I Was Made for Loving You.
Oh, it has to be high. That song is played like 7 times, I think.
Yeah, and so many versions, and it's so epically well used. We just have a lot of things in this pie, so I think I'm going to give it like
45. Yeah,
45%. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And then next up we have the Miami Vice stunt show, which is like what Ryan Gosling's character did before he got into, or like when he was trying to get into movies, and it's the whole like jumping the boat through the fire off the dock thing, and he talks about it a million times, and then he gets to do it, and it's amazing. I don't know, like 10.
Yeah, we have Diet Coke with a straw because it's like all Hannah Waddingham. Well, she's carrying it. She always has one, and it's pretty entertaining.
And people just bring her ones, and
constantly. I would say like 5. Like she's
yeah. It's just there, and it's sort of like a recurring thing, and it's just an interesting piece of character continuity for
character
her.
work.
Yeah. Thumbs up. Aw, because it's really sweet.
It is really sweet because he's like, this is what we do. That's how some people say they're okay. And she's like, I would wish that you could give me more. And he's like, I'm not fine. I was set on fire, or like I fell on a thing. Like my body hurts, but that's the point. Like it's a nice...
the best I can give you is a thumbs up that I'm not injured or like seriously injured or dead. Yeah, good to keep going regardless of. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So 25.
Yeah, 25.
So that leaves us with 15.
15.
Yep.
Yeah.
For Jean-Claude Attaque, which is very entertaining. And the trivia says that Eva Mendes, Ryan Gosling's wife, has a dog that does this, which is amazing. And also, this dog only speaks French, so you get to hear Ryan Gosling's French accent. Thank you, Canada. Canadian education system coming through again.
Yeah, it's as good as the majority of English-speaking Canadians' French accents, which is just like bad.
Better than some, worse than others.
Yeah. I think my accent is not great, but my ability to recognize words that are on food packaging is
fantastic.
High.
Yes. Well, I'm sure he also had a coach, but
I'm sure
he had the basics already.
Yeah.
So, go us.
Okay. Lindsay, what do you think is next for them?
I just have to say we forgot to put something in the pie, which we won't put in because it's already full, but we didn't talk about how hot Ryan Gosling is in this movie.
Oh, it's true. How did we... I think we just assumed that...
there was just too many things. I don't think we've done a Gosling movie yet.
No, because we're not going to do The Notebook.
No.
It's not a com.
Nope. So I think Crazy Stupid Love might be the only one. It's on the list, but... Anyway, he's super dreamy, and he is like he's very good. Like confidence porn a lot of the time. And he's just like, oh, let me just jump on this thing and do a backflip, which again I know is also his stunt double, but stunt doubling the stunt double. It's nice.
It's also like he with the blonde tips and the like sort of
the hair,
dark beard. It's not. It's like it's kind of. Oh, like it's on the edge of too scruffy, but it's good.
Yeah, I think they filmed this after he's growing out his Ken hair, and that's why blonde is the blonde.
The blonde is extra blondie tips, and then he just has like a massive beard and is, it's good.
It's good stuff, and I just like to say that I've liked Ryan Gosling since Breaker High, so all of you are late. You don't deserve him.
No, you can enjoy him.
Enjoy him as well. Just go back and watch Breaker High. It's special. Anyway, what's next for them? I like them. I think, as we said, like they talked about what went wrong, and they're good at talking to each other, which is a thing. That is not true for a lot of rom-coms. So
and also were already good at working together, and then they started being flirty. And so I really think I'm like, want to see what their sort of action movie empire turns into.
Yeah, I agree. And again, it was a 2024 movie. So he's actually supportive of her and her job and wants her to succeed, which is, again, not a thing you find in a lot of movies.
And I think also, like, he doesn't want to be an action star. Like, he just really wants to be a stunt person and do that. Like, so it's not, he wouldn't be mad if she was a successful director and didn't cast him as a movie star.
Yeah.
You know, if there was like a stunt position that was the right thing for him, he would be maybe a little upset, but yeah,
it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, and then Lindsay, what is next for us?
A little more action, probably a lot less representation for women or people of color, probably,
and like good romance.
Yep. But it's gonna be a good time because we're watching True Lies.
Oh man.
Which I have not seen front to back.
I definitely haven't seen it in more than 20 years.
I don't know if I've seen it not on TV. It'll be
also true.
Interesting to see if there's swear words in it. I'm sure there are.
I'm sure we rented it at one point, but I've mostly seen it on TV. So yeah, I'm sure there's lots that was cut out.
So, good times.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end of our episode. We would love it if you could leave us a rating or a review wherever you get your podcasts. And you can always find us on social media. We're at Charts and Hearts Podcast on Instagram and Threads.
You can head to our website, chartsandhearts.com, where you can submit your suggestions for rom-coms and tropes for us to add to the list. If there are other Ryan Gosling movies out there that are not The Notebook or La La Land, please let us know and we will put them on. You can also head to our Patreon, patreon.com/chartsandheartsclub. For Action Month, we're doing The Italian Job 2003. So, not as good as this, but Seth Green's there.
And not as romancy, but
no, not as romancy.
I'm sure
Seth
it'll
Green's
still be fun.
And Handsome Rob. Jason Statham. I know what his name is.
And like us enjoying Italy and the tiny adorable cars.
Yes. And speaking of attractive men, we did a hot take episode. On The Materialists, which was a movie that happened.
Yep.
But it was filmed with attractive men.
A half-hour hot take because we ended up having more feelings than we planned going into this. We thought we would come out, do like a 10-minute thing, and it's basically a full episode.
It's a full episode. You can check that out for free on our Patreon at Charts and Hearts Club. But then while you're there, you should check out all our 3 years worth of monthly Patreon episodes. We did do Speed as a Patreon episode if you want some more action with your romance and swooning over action men. And also,
but there's
if we can
so
swing
much
it,
other.
There might be another hot take coming soon with somebody else who's pretty swoony.
Indeed. Yeah, we'll find out. We would love to know your thoughts on this movie. Did we miss any tropes? I'm sure we did. And in the meantime, Tom, you need carbs. Your brain runs on glucose. For simple cognitive functions, you need them.
Oh, so good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.